Hey, you guys. If you guys go to my House of Queens TV and you go to the shorts, you will see that I uploaded a voice note saying what made the statement that arrest was made today for the murder of the 1996 involvement Tupac Shakur. It's been many years, and it's always been a mystery. Some people have guessed the person, but then it was like, how? There's no way. He cooperating, he's doing interviews. Maybe that's his way of being close to the investigation, trying to keep tabs on what's going on. He even did a written statement, and he wanted to get immunity for other stuff that he was involved in. He blamed everything on Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Love, Brother Love. He blamed everything on him. And then other people were saying it was Orlando Brown, I believe his last name, his cousin or nephew. So, for many years, the $1,000,000 question was, in the famous words of Biggie Small, who shot you? So now, it's solved. Maybe or maybe not. But I'm finna give you guys the police news press and let them explain it to you on how they solved and made an arrest of the suspect that was involved, and he's been charged with the murder of the greatest, talented, phenomenal poet, writer, community activist, Black Panther, the late great Tupac Shakur. He will always be missed. His name still resonates in the mouths of young men and women who were not even born in a time bracket. Over the years, even some of our younger generations still play his songs till today. He would never die down. His music and what he did for not just the black community, but more or less the black community, will always resonate in the mouth of young black men and women. Regardless of what he was accused of, regardless how he acted when he was around said suspect, Suge Knight, that was just a front. But he will always remain that young man that went to school performance art to give us his talent, his theater, his wisdom, his wise over the years of his age. So, again, he will always be missed. Rest in peace to this great man and his mother, Afeni Shakur. What she have done and did for the black community. She raised her children to not be stepped on. If you bow for this, you bow for anything she said. So when you talk, look a man in his eye. Stand tall. Don't let no one walk over you. And that beautiful song that he gave to his mother, Dear Mama. Brenda has a baby. He has a lot of great songs, but I don't want to look like I'm rambling. I just want to break it down a little bit for y'all. Just break it down a little bit for y'all. But I am House of Queens TV. Thank y'all for coming over here and viewing my content. Also, If you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. Don't forget your bell button. And also, every time I love you guys be notified. Don't press like, press all. So when I upload, you guys be notified. Don't forget to like, share, comment, all that. Thank you guys so much. So let's get into the news report on how they caught this motherfucker. Hating ass nigga. Why y'all always gotta take the greats? We come on now. We'll trade you Charleston White to get Tupac back. We'll trade you Charleston White to get Blue. I was gonna say Blueface, but shit, we'll trade his ass too. We'll trade you Charleston White to get Tupac back. That's a fucking. It ain't an equal trade, but damn it, it's some more motherfuckers I can say, but we'll trade you his ass. So you guys, I don't know if this is Las Vegas Police Department, because the situation happened in Vegas, but the person was from LA. Y'all probably know, but I ain't trying to give it away already. You know, I gotta do my goddamn reporting. So mind your goddamn business. Mind your business. Let me do my thing, okay? So again, I don't know if it's the Las Vegas Police Department or Los Angeles Police Department, but this is the news conference for the situation that happened in the arrest of the motherfucker that killed our brother. Like I said, we can change Charleston White to bring Tupac back, but don't tell nobody. I said it's my motherfucker bill.
27 years.
27
years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, a.k.a.
Keefity,
for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Child.
Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team.
Okay, so it's in L.A.
And this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996.
Wow.
It is far from over.
Wow.
It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our homicide section to get to where we are today. Several of those detectives that are standing here with us include Detective Cliff Mogg, the lead detective on this case. He is now retired. While I know there's been many people who did not believe that the murder of Tupac Shakur was important to this police department, I'm here to tell you that was simply not the case. It was not the case back then, and it is not the case today. Our goal at LVMPD has always been to hold those accountable and responsible for Tupac's violent murder accountable. Just like we do for every homicide victim in our city. Every single victim, every life that is lost is important and remains a priority to this police department. As we methodically built this case to move forward with an arrest, it was also important that at the same time, we're building towards a successful prosecution. We worked closely with our esteemed district attorney, Steve Wolfson, in his office to ensure that is going to happen. Mr. Davis's own words reinvigorated our case in 2018. Let me give you some of those details, and I'm going to introduce to you our homicide lieutenant, Jason Johansson, and he will provide you many of the details on how we got here today.
Lord, y'all, is the domino effect about to start falling down, y'all? Because, you know, when he was doing his interviews, he did say that, one of his interviews, he said, y'all, I didn't say that, he said that, y'all, he said that Puff Daddy supposed to pay him and some other man, I think, $1 million or $10 million. And so the man that he gave like the money to or whatever didn't give him all the money, or he had cut him out like half of the way out the deal. And he also said, y'all, that Puff Daddy was paying him and his homeboys to be security guards for him. So it's a lot of stuff that Puff Daddy may or may not have said around this man. Is the domino effect about to fall down, or is he the fall guy? We don't have to put a close eye on this, because if he got arrested and he go to jail, he might get taken out, y'all. Let me know down in the comments, because he did make that statement. He said that, so I don't know. That's what was said. Let me let y'all go back to them.
Thank you, Sheriff, and thank you everybody for being here today. My name is Jason Johansson, and I'm the Homicide Lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. And my goal here today is to walk you through our investigation and what led us to the indictment of Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefy D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. This case has been reviewed by our homicide team and homicide detectives for over 2.5 decades. And ultimately, our persistence in this investigation has paid off. Let me walk you through a timeline of events that as we know them right now. Prior to September 7th of 1996,
Ooh, don't he look rough, y'all.
Shakur was a artist who was signed with Death Row Records. And that Death Row Records and its CEO, Marion Suge Knight, were closely affiliated with the Mob Piru criminal street gangs, and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips. Dwayne Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips. And both of these gangs operated out of the Southern California area of Compton.
They is giving y'all some misinformation. So how all this shit started, and some of these players is innocent in a lot of this bullshit. It all started with Suge Knight and Puff Daddy friend. Each opponent friend was killed, but it was behind a woman. That started the beef between Suge Knight and Puff Daddy. Now, Tupac came in there because he was being loyal to Suge Knight and he was talking his shit. And now they say that Puff Daddy took out Biggie because he wanted to leave Bad Boys. Like, they say that Tupac wanted to leave, Death Row as well. Now, that's what they say, ain't what I said. In the words of Voodoo Doll. That's why you gotta stop watching content creators, because you get to start saying they link wrong. But anyways, y'all. So, that's what I heard. So, now this Crips and Blood thing, yeah, that's a normal thing for gangs to be fighting the opposite opponent. But that's not how it originated, y'all. It originated from a bitch and two niggas fighting over a hoe. That's what it was. They was fighting over some cooter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the night of September 7th of 1996, Tupac Shakur, along with Suge Knight and members of their entourage, which include members of Mob Piru, came to Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Dwayne Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bay inside the MGM. At that time, they began to kick and punch him.
No. They said they said that somebody got his motherfucking chain snatched, and he was crying like a little bitch, and he went back and told Daddy, and then they couldn't find the motherfucker, and so when they finally found one of the people that was involved, but it wasn't him, his crew. So he said, that's who took my chain, Daddy. So he was like, oh, him? No, not him, but his friend. So, well, we gonna beat your ass because you took my son's chain. Yeah, that's how it was.
To that elevator bank. I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you are related to the incident. And on this incident, you will see Tupac Shakur, who's wearing a shiny satiny shirt.
No, it matter what kind of shirt he had
on. A
on.
large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson. Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene, and then they will leave the area of the fight.
This is an old
Little did
ass
anyone
video.
know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death of Tupac Shakur. Following this incident, Tupac and Suge Knight both left the MGM to make their way to a
Hey y'all, I don't know if y'all are conspiracy theorists like me, but tell me what y'all see. Let me do it for y'all. Do y'all see some keys in that ignition? Do y'all see keys? Do y'all see keys in that ignition? Because that's, me and some people had like a slight, it was almost an argument, debate about the car. Somebody, it was a push start. Even with a push start, you still need put the little thing inside the goddamn ignition and then push start, like push kick, okay? Luffy Velasco, that's his name, Luke kick push, okay. So, do y'all see a key inside that ignition? So, was they just sitting in the car? I don't fucking know. But there's no keys in the ignition. That always bothered me, because I ain't heard too many people talking like, I don't know, was they just sitting in the goddamn car when the picture was taken? But it was driving, that was the car that got shot up. So like I said, I don't know if y'all conspiracy theorists like I am, but ain't no keys in that goddamn car ignition. So I don't know, but that's what I want y'all to see. There's no keys. So, and he got his hands on the wheel like he was driving, but bitch, driving to what? There's no key in the ignition. But moving on.
fight party, which was to occur at a local nightclub. At the same time, word had spread amongst members of the Southside Compton Crips of what had occurred inside the MGM. And then that's when Dwayne Davis began to devise a plan to obtain a firearm and retaliate against Suge Knight and Mr. Shakur for what occurred inside the hotel against Mr. Anderson. After Davis obtained a gun, he entered into a white Cadillac along with Terrence Brown, DeAndre Smith, and Orlando Anderson. Based on our investigation, this is where we know they were seated. At some point in time, as they were in the white Cadillac, Mr. Davis took the gun that he had obtained and provided it to the passengers in the rear seat of the vehicle. As they were driving west on Flamingo Road near Koval, they had located the black BMW, which was driven by Suge Knight, and in the passenger seat was Tupac Shakur. And as they turned around, they pulled up.
When I was in Vegas, because that's where I stayed at for a few years, my sister's still there, so I went to this location, the exact spot they're talking about, and there was like a little small monument thingy down there for him, but people kept on stealing his shit and stuff like that. So they should have put like a little gated thing and stuff, but I haven't been there in about a few years, so I don't know if it's still there. I should ask my sister to go by and see. But since this arrest has been made, they might start back putting shit out there for the exact spot that he was shot at. So they did have like some flowers and teddy bears and candles and stuff like that, but it was something set up for Tupac. So like I said, I haven't been there in a few years, so I don't know. But it was something set up for him, but people kept coming by stealing for fucking what? Maybe it was the homeless people, I don't know. But yeah, that's just a small fact.
Near the passenger side of that vehicle and immediately began shooting at Mr. Knight and Mr. Shakur. Following that shooting,
You ain't want to shoot at no Suge Knight.
the white Cadillac fled the area southbound on Koval, and after our officers arrived on scene, Tupac was later transported to the University Medical Center, where he was treated medically and died approximately 6 days later on September 13th.
They say he ain't dead.
My homicide section handled this investigation from its onset and for a short amount of time. And within a short amount of time, what we knew was that we were working at gang investigation, where our victims, our witnesses, and our suspects were all from Southern California and not local to Las Vegas. Within the first few months of the investigation, our detectives knew most of the information I just briefed you on. However, we never had the necessary evidence to bring this case forward and present it for criminal charges. As time went on, this case had been reviewed multiple times by different investigators assigned to my section, but it wasn't until 2018 that this case was reinvigorated as additional information came to light related to this homicide. Specifically, Dwayne Davis's own admissions to his involvement in this homicide investigation that he provided to numerous different media outlets. In our section, we knew at this time that this was likely our last time to take a run at this case to successfully solve this case and bring forth a criminal charge. It was at that time that this case was assigned to Cliff Mogg, a detective within my homicide section, and over the last 5 years, my section worked closely, hand in hand with the Clark County District Attorney's Office, and followed a system. We've conducted countless interviews and corroborated numerous facts that were not only consistent with the crime scene on the night of the incident, but also corroborated and were consistent with the sequence of events that night. This ultimately led to us procuring a search warrant which was executed at Mr. Davis's residence in Henderson, Nevada. And following the execution of that search warrant, in close coordination with the District Attorney's Office, this case was presented to the grand jury, which ultimately led to Davis being indicted on charges of murder. Before I got up to the District Attorney's Office, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Detective Mogg and all the other detectives that were not only assigned this case, but all the other detectives from other agencies that assisted us in this investigation. They know who they are, and thank you very much for all the assistance you provided. It does not go unnoticed.
You're welcome.
And lastly, one of the most important things, in my opinion, is we need to make this be a reminder that the charge of murder does not have a statute of limitations. This agency has been and is invested in solving our cold case homicides so that we can bring closure to those families and justice for those victims of homicide. And with that, I will turn it over to the Clark County District Attorney, Steve Wilson.
And y'all, maybe I'm the only person, but I said if I had one wish that was granted, maybe 3, but I would want to know. The main 2 questions was who killed Tupac, who killed motherfucking Biggie Smalls, and it was something else. But those were the main 2. Don't act like y'all didn't ever say that to y'allself. If y'all had some wishes, who y'all want to know, like who really killed these motherfuckers? You know, is Keefe really the motherfucker? He was in the car, so it was 3 other motherfuckers, and one of them was his nephew, and he dead. So who really killed Tupac? Was it Keefe? We don't know. It was arrest made, but we always see motherfuckers get arrested for something they didn't do. Why should this be any something, you know? So that's my thing. I wanted to know who killed Tupac and who killed Biggie. Stop playing. Don't stop playing. Don't act like I'm the only one that wanted to know that shit. If I was granted a wish from a genie. Stop playing. Anyways, mind your business. Boy, the Botox in your forehead.
I appreciate it. Good afternoon. I am the Las Vegas Clark
Their
County
hairline is
District
way
Attorney
back.
Steve Wilson.
It's snatched.
It has often been said, justice delayed is justice denied. It's a quote we hear often and for many, many years when talking about our legal system. Not in this case. Today, justice will be served in the murder of Tupac Shakur. I'd like to acknowledge the relentless work of the many Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department homicide detectives. We've mentioned Detective Cliff Mogg many times, and we can't mention his name enough. He is the detective, along with his colleagues, that brought this case here today to you. A Clark County County Grand Jury has indicted Dwayne Keith Davis with 1 count of open murder with use of a deadly weapon with a gang enhancement. Davis will appear in court in the next few days or so for a hearing to determine his custody status and to set a jury trial date. This grand jury has been receiving evidence for months and has determined there is sufficient evidence to justify the filing of this criminal indictment. I've assigned 2 of my top prosecutors, Mark DiGiacomo and Banu Palal, to prosecute this case. I know a lot of people have been watching and waiting for this day. Tupac Shakur is a music legend, and for a long time,
right.
This community and worldwide have been wanting justice for Tupac. Today we are taking that first step. Tupac was actually quoted as saying, "Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while still alive. Never surrender." Well, we didn't surrender thanks to the great work of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department under the leadership of Sheriff Kevin McMahill, Lieutenant Johansson, retired Detective Cliff Mogg. I am proud to announce the return of this document. This is the indictment we've been waiting almost 3 decades for. It spells out the facts and circumstances and what justifies a Clark County grand jury in returning an indictment. Justice will be served. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I'd just like to say
Damn, that motherfucker
the
red.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Homicide Section year over year solves over 90% of the homicides that occur in our
Step to a Slim
jurisdiction.
Jim.
You won't find that anywhere else in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
For those family members that have lost somebody that we haven't solved that case, I want you to know, just like in this case, we're not going to give up. I also say to you that as we begin, we're going to take a couple of questions. I want you to remember in your question that this investigation, subsequent arrest, now indictment, is only the beginning of the process. We are committed and invested in ensuring a successful prosecution as we move forward. So with that, we'll take any questions that you might have. Ken?
Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Hey there. So I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you guys for viewing the content, watching from beginning to end. Even though it's a little bit long and lengthy, yes it is, but you have to. This has been a long time waiting, so I really appreciate it if y'all got to this part. You know, thank y'all so much, and I love y'all. I love my babies, my kings, my queens, my crowns, my tiaras. I love y'all. So I thank y'all so much, and go to my community wall, what they call a community tab, and check out. I did some polls a long time ago, but they still count towards my channel. Shit. So check your asses over there and like it, comment, and all the other kind of shit. So also I might do another poll. So let's keep checking back and forth on, do y'all really think Keefe D shot and killed Tupac? So that might be one of my polls. So like I said, I may not do it. I may do it later. I may not. So just keep checking back and forth if y'all feel like it. I might do a poll. So I thank y'all for coming over here and watching your girl, and thank y'all so much for the support. And for those who keep talking about volume, is it loud enough for y'all today? Maybe not. I told y'all I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's all I can say. I'm working on it. So shit, am I loud enough today? So again, thank y'all so much, my kings and my queens, for supporting your girl. I try my best. That's all I can do. I try my best. And I just try my best, and I thank y'all for the support. And have a safe, wonderful, blessed day, evening, night, wherever you're watching from. And I will catch y'all again a little later on this evening for some more content. And if this is really the suspect, That's what your ass get. You thought you was gonna get away, but you kept fucking talking. You hung your own self. Y'all think the police is not looking at these motherfucking interviews that y'all be doing, that y'all be talking about? Y'all be going to this panel, that panel, whatever. They be looking, and if not, motherfuckers be tagging their ass, and people be sitting at their desk bored, and they start clicking. And then they like, oh, come check this out. This motherfucker said this, motherfucker said that. So y'all think the motherfuckers ain't watching y'all? They watching. When they get tagged, they have motherfuckers sitting at their goddamn desk looking at shit. So, if he was the real suspect, then that's what his ass get. He should have kept his motherfucking mouth closed. And I'm out this bitch.